My name is Shoot Snowball, sometimes known as Dan Wenger.
What materials do you need for the station, and how and where do you get them?
Okay, the main thing you're going to need is you're going to need propane and some type of a burner so that you can heat the lead. You're going to need a lead pot, a cast iron pot. You're going to need the bullet molds, which you can pick up at basically any really good sporting goods store for black powder bullets, and the spigot to pour the lead with, and let's see what else you need. So we got that, and some propane and that to do the fire with. So those are the things that you have to have. Additionally, the way I've been doing it, we have a number of things that we have on display. Different bullet molds, some antique bullet molds, and also some different rifles and stuff that we can use as a display to explain some of the use of the bullets.
Do you need any special vehicles or trailers to get the materials?
No, but you got to have enough room. Like I use the back of a pickup truck. I have used the back of a Jeep Cherokee. So.
All right. How many staff members do you need for the station?
Ideally, you would want to have 4 to 6. You know, counting myself. If you had 6, then you could split up and you could be relaxed. I've run it with as few as 1 myself, but that wasn't as much fun. That was really hard.
Okay. All right. What kind of training do you need to give the staff?
Well, the training I give them is we have what I call the spiel. Basically the idea of what to tell them about the lead, the history of the lead, how the mountain men used the lead and stuff, so they've got something to say. And then you have to train them on how to properly cast the lead and the safety training on that. Because lead at 850 to 900 degrees could be very dangerous.
Are there any special BSA certifications that you must have for this?
Not that I know of.
And the training comes along with throughout the process for the boys, yeah?
Yeah, well, when the boys go through, we train them and stuff, but I have to train my staff so that they know how to train the boys.
Do you give any awards at the station?
I haven't given any awards at it, but I have printed up some cards and stuff that we give out that talks about the refiner's fire, and also the secondary thing that we talk about is the history of a bullet is interesting, but with a bullet what's important is not where it came from but where it's going to. And then I relate that to the boys, telling them their personal history is interesting, but the important thing is not so much where they came from but where they're headed to.
Do the boys get to keep the bullets?
The boys get to keep the bullets they made. I've got several other bullet molds, and sometimes I'll let the staff do a different bullet, so that they've got, or not the staff, the leaders do a different bullet if we have time. If we don't have time, then I don't. All depends on how many kids are waiting to go through.
Awesome, cool. Thank you very much. That'll be all.
Okay. Hola, pilgrims. My name is Dan Wenger, but I'm known as Shoot Snowball, and this is bullet casting. We've set up the bullet casting station in such a way that the scouts coming in on the far side learn about the mountain man and his relationship with lead. He'll learn about some of the history of the lead, what he had to do, the cost of lead and that. And then as they proceed through, in the center there, we have a setup where they practice casting a bullet. Because lead is over 800 degrees, we have to have a lot of safety, and so we have them practice in a cold pot to cast the bullets. Once they have passed the cold pot, they've showed us that they can do it, we move them over to the far side, which is the hot pot, which we keep people back away from. The lead's 850 degrees to 900 degrees there, and so safety is paramount. We have them casting the lead. We have a person there right now. It's Chrome Claw is in charge of it. He's got a stick. He uses that because you can't touch anything because it's so hot, and he makes sure that nobody splashes the lead or gets hurt. Once they have finished casting the bullets and the bullets have cooled down to where they can pick them up, we bring them over to the lead pot and show them, because the lead pot is actually a refiner's fire, and we refer to that, the refiner's fire, and show them how that the dross, the trash that's in the lead that we're refining, we show them the dross, and we do the scriptural references to the dross. Once we finish the scriptural references there, where we talk about that if you have not charity, you are as dross, which is cast out by the refiners, trampled under the feet of men. They now have seen the dross. We then tell them, how does the Lord know when you've gone through the refiner's fire? Or no, how do you know when the lead has been refined? And the way you know that the lead's been refined is the standard has been for thousands of years, is you look into the lead pot and you'll see your reflection. If you can't see a reflection off of it, you've got to still clean it more. But once you can see a reflection, that's been refined. And how does the Lord know when you've done how does the Lord know when you've gone through the refiner's fire? When he can look into your soul, look into your heart, and see his reflection. I then talk to him about the history of the bullet. I hold up a bullet and I say, the history of this bullet is interesting, but the important thing is